G'day from Miami ahead of the Miami Grand Prix. Now this is a race that certainly polarises people. And the two things that get under people's skins, the marina and the beach club. Let's go to the beach club first. This is something that could probably only work here, maybe in Las Vegas, except it's cold at that time of year. So we have warm conditions. We have a city that's packed with people who love to go out and party, and they love getting dressed up. Do they love F1? Does it matter? Certainly a lot of the people I see out there at that beach club come track action days, they're not watching the track action, they're enjoying the social scene. They'll be waist deep in one of those two swimming pools out there, quaffing on expensive drinks and food, and while they might glimpse what's going on track, it's fair to say that this is not the same crowd as you'd get, say, at a purist track like Spa. But is that wrong? I don't think so, it's just different. And if you happen to be a guest at that beach club, you will see excess. You will see amazing beachwear, beautiful Miami people, men and women, and an array of talent on stage that is quite phenomenal. Like this year they've got Tiesto and Pitbull to mention too. And I'm thinking there's only 1,500 people that can fit into that joint. But if you were going to a Pitbull concert or a Tiesto show, you might be expecting many thousands. So it is a great chance to get up close and personal. And that concert is pumped all around the circuit on the PA system and on the big screens. Look, I'd feel very out of place there if I was to get an invite, but I'm not their target market. Maybe you are. And the other controversial facet of this race is that marina. Yes, it's fake. There's no water in it. It's a sticker that's placed on a wooden deck. Boats are put in and then that wood is cut around those boats. I'm not even sure why they have it. I think it's just more of an aesthetic thing with the helicopter shots. Is it a poor man's Monaco? No, it's just a quirky little thing that is part of the Miami Grand Prix. Does the city get behind Formula One? Well, look, it's a very big city, and just me wandering around yesterday in a couple of shopping centres, I saw IWC running back-to-back promos for the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Obviously, they're hoping to cash in on the fact that they are a sponsor of the movie and of Mercedes. Ray-Ban, being a Ferrari sponsor, also have plenty of Charles and Lewis promotional material. And I did come across a couple of stores selling Ferrari merchandise. One is Champs, and you can get one of these white Ferrari t-shirts there for about $86. Back to the circuit itself, it's in a car park of a sports stadium. It's shades of perhaps Caesars going back many years ago. But it's a good looking track. I'm not sure it's that great for racing. Certainly the spectators don't mind it. What are you paying for a ticket? Well, I looked about a week ago, and seats here on the main straight at the start finishing line, 3-day tickets going for about $1,700, or if you're happy to move back a few hundred metres, around $1,300. But certainly it's not sold out. Now, a number of you always ask, where do the drivers stay? Well, they don't tell me where they stay, but if you had a look at their social media or knew anything about past years, you'd hazard a guess and say they stay in either Miami, in South Beach, maybe out here at Aventura, in 5-star hotels, and they drive to and from the track. Is it tricky getting to and from the track? There's not a great deal of public transport as far as I can see, and the fact is that they close a lot of the freeways down around that area. But if you're a driver or a celebrity, that won't worry you because you'll have a driver and you'll probably have a police escort. Now, have you seen this? I can't believe what I'm looking at here. And certainly the comments on Ferrari's Insta page about this livery are savage. Not satisfied. What is this? Enzo Ferrari's turning in his grave when your HP printer runs out halfway through the job. I didn't see the car at the track today, but I can't think it'll look any better in real life than it does here. Ferrari are normally switched on when it comes to this sort of thing, but I think they've missed the mark by a long way. Not so V-carb though. I love this livery. Very pink, very Miami. I just read an article this morning saying that this race brings an economic benefit to the region in the order of $500 million United States dollars. So it is a very important event for this part of the world. And in fact, I can see that Hard Rock Stadium from the 8th floor of the Aventura Hotel. It's very clear in the distance. Weather-wise, yes, warm weather. Not hot, 29, 30-ish each day, although we have a likelihood of rain on Saturday and Sunday, which could make things interesting for you sitting at home watching and a little wet for us out at the track. This race, like Mexico, has the podium in a different spot to pit lane. The podium's on the other side of the stadium. So the drivers get out in Parc Ferme in pit lane, do their celebrating, then they jump in a golf buggy and they're whisked to the other side of the stadium for the podium celebrations. Last year, of course, we had Lando Norris notch his first win. He would be a chance for a win again this year, although Oscar Piastri is very strong competition for him, and no one can ever rule out Max Verstappen Now, if you're hoping to catch a glimpse of the F1 drivers at the track and you don't have a ticket, I'll tell you where to go. This is the gate that you're looking for, number 11. Most, if not all of the drivers will enter via that gate, and you'll get some advance warning too, because most likely they'll have a police escort. Now, for those of you interested in my thoughts on this race, I quite like it. But then again, I'm not going to watch the racing. I'm going to capture the moments and the emotions. And last year, of course, with Lando's celebration post-race in the rather unusual paddock, and I'll come back to that in a second, they were gold photos for me. So yes, the paddock is situated right in the centre of the Hard Rock Stadium, on the field where they play football. This is the only time we have a paddock like this. And I can tell you that artificial turf gets very hot in bright sunlight. And it also is pretty steamy in there. But there is a plus for fans, and I don't know if it's all fans, but certainly I see a lot of fans in the upper levels of the stadium watching what's going on down at ground level. And because we sit in, well, corporate boxes for the media centre, we have the windows open sometime, and we can hear when a driver's out in the open because the crowd goes absolutely wild for any driver. Oh, and their drivers' changing rooms are in corporate boxes along the long side of the stadium, and they come down an elevator, cross the paddock and head out to the garages. This race is also heavily laden with celebrities, which I know upsets a lot of you, but on the other hand, it thrills a good number of people. And we have had some mega celebrities here in the past. Expect more, certainly on Sunday. It's also a race where the drivers get into the local fashion scene. And I'm talking stuff like this. And yes, I'll be wearing this on Sunday. Expect to see Nico Hulkenberg and his wife dressed up. Last year, of course, we had a special livery for Ferrari, and I thought that looked great with the light blue. And V-Carb also ran a very special livery. I can tell you that yesterday, well, I don't know whether it's yesterday by the time you're watching this, but Lando Norris was doing an appearance over here at the Aventura Mall at 4 p.m. Would have had a few hundred people there. And Williams also have a pop-up in town. And I'm doing a Q&A with some other photographers on Saturday night at a hotel in South Beach. There might be some tickets left for you. They're free. Includes some food and drinks, and there's a link in the description below. Hopefully you're not too late. And just as an aside, coming from a country where alcohol's quite expensive, I was amazed yesterday at a bottle shop to find 1.75 litres of this for about $21 US. You can pay that at a bar for a single drink, let alone get nearly 2 litres of this. If you watch my post-Saudi race video, I mentioned about Lando's crew not knowing where he was after his crash. Well, I can clarify that. I was wrong. I thought that was the case, but they did know where he was. They were just waiting for a buggy to take them to him, and they actually escorted him back. Now, this is not finished, but the F1 movie people have gone out big time here with a setup to get people excited about both the movie and the album. And they'll be doing free printed t-shirts for those people in the paddock, along with your own special Apex Pass. Now, with all that said, I've got to go and have a bite to eat. So in the meantime, you can go and check out a whole lot of content and merchandise here. And I'll say thanks for watching.
And stay passionate.
Don't show my shorts.